Hey there, Flipgridders. I'm Jenny at Calaveras Big Trees State Park here in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, home to the biggest single stem tree on the entire planet, the magnificent, the one and only Giant Sequoia. How do you not love a tree, especially a big old softie like this one? Trees do so much for us and ask for so little. Trees are like the lungs of the earth. When they breathe, they take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen and store that carbon in their trunks. More than any other plant species, trees can store carbon in a permanent way due to their long lifespans and big size. Giant sequoias can live for thousands of years, so they are an excellent storage of carbon. All trees combined generously take in about a quarter of our human-generated carbon emissions. Thank you, trees! It's true, carbon dioxide, the dominant greenhouse gas, is food for trees and exists naturally in our atmosphere. But when we power our factories and our cars, we burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, which releases large amounts of carbon dioxide at once. These emissions get stuck up in our Earth's atmosphere and warms our planet like a thick, heavy blanket, disrupting Earth's natural balance, otherwise known as climate change. Climate change is a factor in many impacts that affect Giant Sequoia, like longer and intense fire seasons and frequent extreme weather events like heat waves and drought. It's our responsibility to protect Giant Sequoias and their environment from harm caused by climate change. What could we possibly do to solve an intimidating, ginormous global issue? Well, Giant Sequoias would depend on their ecosystem and community to solve it together. We need collective community-level solutions in order to solve such a huge problem as global emissions. And if you're a student, lucky you, you have built-in community right at your school and can work towards being a climate champion. You can start a climate action club and get your school to go green and limit emissions. You can fundraise for solar panels that will limit your school's dependence on fossil fuels for energy. Or perhaps you can work together and plant more trees at your school. It's empowering that we all are responsible for the impact we have in creating an environmentally sustainable future for us and the big trees. Mighty things like the Giant Sequoia start off very tiny and grow into the biggest living things on Earth. You are like the Giant Sequoia. You can start making a difference now that will have a big difference for the future.